Okay, so apparently OpenAI's executives walked into work and found body bags lined up outside their headquarters. You would figure that's a threat, but no, it's just a protest. But still, it says everything about where the public patience with AI has ended up at this point in time. Let's get into it, boys. Shoutouts to Gizmodo for the article. Before we get into this, I will politely ask that you guys like and subscribe if you are sick and tired of AI seeping into everything that you love. Here on this channel, I like to cover this every single day. So, if you guys are as tired of this junk as I am, be sure to stick around. According to a recent report from the Wall Street Journal, executives across Silicon Valley are growing increasingly paranoid and afraid of the ongoing public backlash against their technology. They were probably not comforted by the sight of body bags outside their offices. Obviously, I already articulated that it wasn't a threat, but instead it was a protest. But still, I want to make it really clear, while this entire channel is entirely dedicated to shitting on AI, I really want to make it clear that I absolutely do not condone any actual real life violence towards individuals that are pushing AI, okay? I absolutely do not. Like, we should be doing this in the form of protests and getting our words out to the public, not trying to frickin' threaten people or hurt people, all right? The body bags weren't a threat, but rather part of a protest. According to Steve and counsel at Business Insider, the corpse carriers appeared outside of OpenAI headquarters on Thursday as part of a protest over the company's involvement with the Department of Defense. Alright, so while the protests are primarily about the tech industry's extremely friendly relationship with the Pentagon and participation in both morally and legally dubious military and domestic surveillance campaigns, it seems like the execs probably struggle not to imagine the body bags are about to be them. Per WSJ, tech executives have been on high alert since OpenAI CEO Sam Altman had his home firebombed and shot at earlier this year. And yes, I made a video about that. Though it seems they're sometimes being a little bit overzealous about the whole thing. According to the Journal, a guy in Oklahoma got a visit from the cops after Anthropic reported him for telling a customer support chatbot that he'd be coming for your office with my pistol after it refused to allow him to speak to a real person. And yeah, that does sound like standard Oklahoma citizen behavior. Just how many times do you think you can tactfully or explicitly threaten the livelihood of people before they respond negatively and in some cases violently? Not the end of the article, but that's probably the most important thing to take away from this whole article, let's be honest here. And I gotta say, my feelings on the situation are very complicated. Like I said, I don't condone. Look, I want to focus on this right now. You can't condone violence against these big tech companies for doing this. Not because you don't like them. I hate them just as much as you guys do. But still, the reason why you can't condone real life violence towards these big tech companies, because if you do, you are giving them the element of victimhood. And that is the number one thing these tech companies need in order for them to get away with continuing to push their slop and actively pollute the world with their junk. People inside of this bubble are having their own arguments, right? And when someone is actively having violence threatened towards them or having actual violence done towards them straight up, individuals outside of that bubble find out that news, and the individuals who are hurt are going to automatically consider them to be the victim. It's just human nature. It's just how we all see things. And when you have that element of victimhood, you have more leverage to get away with continuing to push your junk to the public. But yeah, that's what I want to just get out across to you guys. That's what I want you guys to take away from this, most important of all. That is how it works, and that is why this type of actual violence should not be celebrated towards big tech. It just can't, man. But yeah, man, those are my thoughts. What are y'all's? Whatever it is, be sure to let me know in the comment section. But yeah, past that, that's gonna wrap this one up. This is Jack Talks Back, signing out. You guys have a good one.